Hello, friends. This is the day that I promised I would talk about Appendix B in the book, Home Management, Plain and Simple. But we will wait a minute or two until people get the notification that I'm doing a live, and then people can join. In the meantime, I'll tell about what we've been doing today. I have been working outside and still working on the raspberry project and planting raspberries. There's also weeds and a lot of mess to clean up along the way, so it's kind of a big project. And I'm not done. It might take me another day or two. Before that was lunch, and I made a big batch of hard-boiled eggs over lunch. And what else I put sourdough together, which sourdough is so easy. It literally is just flour and water and salt and the starter. And after you grow it, which I've been growing it for a couple days because I kept putting off a project, and then finally it was getting so big I thought I have to do something now. So I read about this recipe where is add rosemary to it. Well, my rosemary was kind of big, the dry herb rosemary, and so I got out the pestle and I just ground it up. Oh my goodness, it smelled so good. Added that to my loaves, and they've been rising. I think I did that about 10 o'clock maybe this morning, and it's 4 o'clock now, and they're still rising. That's the thing with sourdough. If the kitchen's cool, it takes a long time. If the kitchen's warmer, it doesn't take as long, but it definitely takes longer than if you use a commercial yeast that you would buy from the store and you have in your shelf in your pantry. It definitely takes longer than that. I mean, there's even quick rise yeast, which is like an hour, and it's all poof. Sourdough takes a long time. What else did we do today? My people have been moving cows around to different pastures and arranging pens and making fence and that type of thing. They're very excited. They're having a great day. It's very nice. The weather is warm. It's not sunny, but it's warm and it's a little breezy. The sky dripped some water on us a little bit, but nothing significant. And that's what we've been doing today. All right, so I'm going to start talking about this. Appendix B, it is moving beyond survival mode. And I'm pretty sure Appendix A, you can read the whole thing in the free resource library on Home Plain and Simple. Appendix B, I'm pretty sure, is not in there. And this is the one where it talks about when you don't know what the next thing to do is. You're so overwhelmed and you're in this really bad place and you don't know what that next thing is. That do the next thing, that's fine saying, but what is it? Sometimes it's so overwhelming that I don't even know. There's like 100 things to pick from. So that's what this is about. I'm just going to go over the steps. There's several steps in here. So step 1 is prepare supper and wash the dishes, because that's at the end of the day, and it is something that can weigh on our mind all day. What am I going to make? Or else you don't even think about it at all until it's supper time. And then that's, a very compounding worry or stressor. What are we going to eat for supper? So when you're feeling that overwhelmed place and you don't know what the next thing to do is, think, okay, what are we having for supper? And then put something in the crock pot, or make a plan that's super simple, and then write it down or do it if it's a crock pot thing, and just get it going. And then you don't have to think about it the rest of the day. Make a simple supper in the crock pot. And then wash the dishes. Yesterday I talked about that rule. If there's not, I'm sorry, I'm itchy. I'm all covered with dirt from being outside. If the clothes aren't dirty, don't wash it. And 4 loads by 4, this is laundry. The dishes rule is if there's not 10 dishes, you don't have to wash the dishes. But if there's 10 or more items, I'm talking about 1 fork, 1 spoon, each thing counts as 1. So let's say, I should wash the dishes. And you walk by and you count, how many are there? There are 9. You don't have to wash dishes. Okay, now let's say people come around, they have lunch, and all of a sudden there's 30. Okay, time to wash dishes, and you just do it. So putting those two things on your immediate, I am overwhelmed, what am I gonna do? Supper and wash the dishes. Those two things relieve a huge amount of stress. Step 2 is find your clothes. All right, clothes can be a problem. I'm actually starting to get that problem because we need to do laundry. And this is Saturday, so we're gonna do laundry, but I looked at a huge mountain in my closet, and it was all dirty, and I need to do laundry so I can have some clothes to wear. If you have that problem, that's step 2. Okay, so when in those overwhelming days, step 1, food, supper, wash the dishes. Next, find your clothes, and maybe it's your clothes for your family. This is Saturday. Okay, tomorrow's Sunday, so it's church, but we're not going to church. But a Saturday thing is always, what are we wearing tomorrow? All right, now if you have a really great laundry day on Monday, or whatever day your laundry day is, that's a day where you plan your Sunday clothes and get it all in a special place where people won't snag them if you have little children. But Saturday can be one of those, Sunday's here, or what are we wearing? Find your clothes, plan your clothes, know what you're gonna wear. Make a special place in your closet where you're like, these are my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this is my weekday clothes, these are my clothes that I'm wearing, and keep them there. It's just about ordering your life so you don't have to think about clothes. It's keeping up with the laundry and then organizing your clothes. So yeah, 7 outfits that fit you. That's what it says here in the book. 7 outfits that fit you. Okay, so as a mom who has a baby every other year or every year, some depending on where you're at in your life, your body changes and it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down, and you're wearing clothes. Some of your clothes are too tight and some of your clothes are too big, and you're wearing them together and you look frumpy. Well, mostly it's because your clothes don't fit you. So it's good every 3 months or so to figure out what clothes fit me and what clothes look good. And you might need some help, because sometimes what we think in our head is not reality. We might remember what this looked like when we bought it, and it doesn't look like that anymore. So you might need some help, a sister, a friend, someone to help you do this activity. Make it fun. Step 3, your morning routine. Get that in place. I made a video about that sometime recently. It's in the series. It's on Instagram and YouTube. But plan a morning routine. Write it down. Put it on a card. I think I have a card because I was rewriting my own. Somewhere here. Yeah, well, this is a scrap. Well, I was starting to. This is a rough draft. Just a 3x5 card. Write out the things that you want to have done in your morning that will make it a better day. Plan it. Just write it like I did. Just scribble it down. And then if it doesn't, then carry it around with you. If it didn't work, then you just make some notes, and then maybe make a really nice card and laminate it. Hang it up somewhere. Hang it on your bathroom mirror. Put it beside your bedroom table or on your bedside table. And then do it. Just go right down the list. Whatever it is, for your morning routine. Go down the list and do those things. And then even if it's in the middle of the day and you feel like, something's not right, I feel like I need to restart, get out your card, your morning routine card, and say, okay, I skipped that and I skipped this. And maybe restart your day. Just restart it. Start at the top and go down. Take some deep breaths and redo your day. Just start over. But yeah, get your morning routine in place. So step one is prepare supper and wash the dishes. Step 2, find your clothes. Step 3, morning routine. Step 4, evening routine. Same thing, only for evening. I have this blue card here. It's empty. I don't know if I was intending to it because my evening routine needs kind of shook up. So maybe I was thinking that recently and was writing it down. But it's something that needs revisited every time there's something that changes in life. New school year, new year, summer, seasons change. sheltering in place, that's what broke me up. I'm like, okay, whatever was working before is not anymore, and I need a new morning routine and new evening routine. Every day feels like the same, blur's day. Step 5, yes, Mom. We talked about that yesterday, about encouraging your kids in learning how to obey in a really easy, intuitive way for them, by playing Simon Says and Mother May I. I don't think it doesn't say Mother May I here, but those fun games that teach them to listen to your voice, and then also teach them to say yes, Mom, to you when you ask them to do something. And if they don't, just come back. What do you say? Yes, Mom. All right. So I have to do that with my teenagers sometimes, mostly when they're just being silly, and I don't. They're way past the point where I ask them to do something and they run off. See you later, Mom, or no, or little kids do wacky things sometimes. They're way past that point. Now we're to the point where they're just being goofy, and then I just be goofy back. But sometimes it is say yes, Mom, please. Okay, and then they have to say something like yes, Boomer, or something silly. All right. Really, my kids are nice. They're not obnoxious. You've seen them on video. We have fun. Okay, step 6, afternoon chore time. That is so important. Very, very important. It doesn't have to be an afternoon. It depends on your lifestyle, your situation, whatever. Maybe it's morning chore time. Maybe it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon chore time. Whatever fits your lifestyle. For us, it was 4 o'clock. And that's not the way it is right now. Now it's more like 5 o'clock, because the days are getting longer and they're doing outside stuff. And anyway, afternoon chore time is super important for getting those regular daily chores done. Some of them might have happened during the day. I mean, some of my kids like to get all their schoolwork done early, and then they knew what their chores were because we had chore charts up on the wall. And then they wanted to do their chores and get them over with. So if it worked with the rest of the house, then yeah, they could do their afternoon chore time, and then they had the rest of the day to do whatever they wanted to. They all had their different interests, and that's just the way we did homeschooling. But some of the things needed everybody together. And so anyway, 4 o'clock was kind of a time where we would do our afternoon chores and just change the atmosphere of the home with music, lighting a candle, which works better in the winter. Kind of past that right now. Just cleaning up from the schoolwork and from the games and the activities, the hobbies, whatever was spread all over the place. Cleaning that up, folding the laundry and putting it away, doing the vacuuming and the dusting and stuff. Just that daily cleaning. And then step 7, an easy menu plan. So that, okay, I'll just tell you, I've done it for you. Go to the free resource library on Home Plain and Simple, and there are menu plans there for breakfast and lunch for if you're at home with your kids and you have a lot of kids and they need food. It's way past peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It is simple food, but it's nutritious food. So it's done for you. If you don't like it, just change out one of them with something that your family does like. But an easy menu plan, so you don't have to think, because when you're overwhelmed and you're trying to survive, your brain doesn't work. I tell my kids this when they get stressed out about school. It's like the prefrontal cortex doesn't work. The amygdala is like doing this fight or flight or shut down thing, and that's a really bad place to live, and you can't think. Been there, done that. So if you focus on just the steps that you need to do in order to get life back in control without the thought, then you start to think again. You're able to breathe. And once you start breathing, then this starts working. The prefrontal cortex starts working again. All right, where were we? Easy menu plan. Maybe you have one, you just need to pull it out and just use it. Step 8, that is about taking care of yourself. All right, so let's see. That's what I talked about yesterday. Sunshine, air, exercise, nutrition, water, taking care of yourself and your needs, because if you're taking care of yourself, then you're more able to take care of everybody else. A huge thing, which I know you're going to call me a hypocrite on, because I just put up a recipe about rhubarb crisp, which is so delightful, but I don't know how to make it without sugar. But anyway, cut the sugar out of your life. Cut the corn syrup, the sugar, the brown sugar, the white sugar, the white flour. I know we've been making bread. And the white rice, the pasta. Pasta makes you fat. It's not just about weight, though. This is about feeling good. Because if you cut the crap out of your life, you feel better and you're able to function better. Go low carb. Not like, you don't have to go keto. Just go low carb. Cut them down. Cut them way back. And if you know how to make rhubarb crisp without sugar, please send me a message. I'm not a big fan of fake sugars like Swerve and those. But if you swear by it, I'll try it. I will. I'll try it. Because I'd like to eat rhubarb crisp more. But what I do is I don't make it very often. And then I just eat a little tiny bit. Okay, what are we talking about? Food. Easy menu plan, taking care of yourself. That was step 8. If you have the book, maybe you just want to revisit it. Step 9 is laundry. I think I talked about that a little bit already. Okay, so if you have a lot of people in your house, and the laundry is a huge deal, because people wear clothes and they get them dirty, and as soon as you get caught up, it starts over again because they're wearing clothes and they get dirty, you know. Make your laundry life as easy as you can. As easy. And it's fun. Make it enjoyable. Decorate your laundry room. Get on Pinterest and, look at some ideas. For folding time, think about what are you going to do when you're folding? What are you going to listen to? Make a routine, like a ritual where it's not like a drudgery type of a chore that we have to get all grumpy and dramatic about. Make it enjoyable. And that's personal. That is all about you. So that's why I suggested Pinterest. Get on Pinterest, put in laundry room, and get some ideas about how to make the area more nice. There was a lot of years, first of all, my laundry was up here on the first floor, and there wasn't room for it. As we added children, it just got tighter and tighter and tighter. This house had a mudroom that was not made for farm people. It was made for suburbia, and it had the laundry in there. And then the more kids we added, the smaller and tighter this place got, and it just didn't work. So then we moved it down to the unfinished part of the basement, which was like a dungeon. I hated it. And then finally we changed part of our garage, which had a big south-facing window, into the laundry room. South-facing window in a garage. It was beautiful. It is beautiful now, but before it was just a big wasted space. It was a garage with a big, beautiful window in it. Silly. I digress. I'm sorry. Step 10, take control of the clutter. Okay, so clutter. That can be really wearing on us too when you have disorganized clutter around. Keep it simple, because remember, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like I can't survive, breathe, and then 5 minutes in one room of picking up the clutter, stuff that nobody uses, stuff that's broken, stuff that just needs to go in the trash, things that need re-gifted, taken to the thrift store. Just 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. Something is better than 15 minutes on Saturdays. Choose something, put it on a plan. This is my Saturday plan. This is my morning routine, but make a new plan, make a Saturday plan, and write it down so you remember to do it. Because remember, we might not be thinking. We need this to start thinking, and sometimes we need these kind of plans in order to breathe and make this start working again. Prefrontal cortex. All right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes to work and 10 minutes for break. I talked about that yesterday. Yesterday I talked about 15 minutes. Whatever works for your family. If it's 30 minutes, if it's an hour, what is your capacity at this point in time when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like you're not being able to survive the day, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, work, rest. And then when you're taking that rest time, write yourself a plan. Write down, okay, this is what I'm going to do during these breaks I'm going to take today. Make it for tomorrow. If you're okay, so it's 4:00 on the day when you're listening to this, let's just say, and you've given up on today. It's over. You're gonna have frozen pizza for supper. You're gonna put the kids to bed and watch a movie and go to sleep. Tomorrow is another day, but today, before tomorrow comes, make a little list of the things that you want to get done tomorrow. Maybe if you have this book, go to the Appendix B and look at it, and then make your own personal list of what you're going to do during the the work time. So you're going to take a rest, and then you're going to take a work time. And then you're going to rest, and then you're going to work. Each time you have a work time, you're going to know what job. You can order them by priority, or you can gauge your energy and say, okay, I think I can tackle this one. I think I'm too tired to do that one. I will do that one after I sleep, after I take a nap, or after the baby takes a nap, or while the baby takes a nap, I'm going to be doing this one. You know your life, plan it, but make a plan. Write down the things in your house that need to happen. And if you don't know what they are, then just go to Appendix B here and choose them, or make that your plan. Step 12, your home management book. Okay, so that is where you put your grand plan together, and that is about half of this book is about that. And you can get online and you can find pre-made plans. I think you can buy them on Etsy. I'm gonna cough again because I have dust in my mouth from gardening my raspberries. You can buy a plan that's pre-made. There's all kinds of them. I've looked at them, and this is why I have never made one, and I will not. I really don't think I will. If I do, it's gonna be so bare bones that you can do it yourself. Because this is why. Everybody has a unique life. Everybody has different situation, different number of kids, different amount of laundry. Like I said about the laundry thing, I had a rule for a few years where my personal rule, 4 loads by 10 o'clock. That fit my life in. I would never do that now. I don't even get this. I should maybe. I should. But I don't have to. I had to. And there was a time where it was 4 loads by 4. There was definitely a time period where I was just overwhelmed by laundry. This is way back when I only had 1 or 2 little children. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't used to doing laundry. My mom did the laundry. And then when I went to college, I'd bring my laundry home. I went to a university I came home a lot of weekends. It was just the way it was, University of Northern Iowa. If anybody else ever went there, it was known as the school where kids go home every weekend. And I would bring home my laundry. It's not that I didn't know how to do laundry. I knew how to do it, but I just never got into that routine. My routine was bring it home and do it. And then I got married, and I had to do laundry regularly if I wanted clothes to wear. And then, which was doable when there was just 2 of us, and then you add in babies and baby laundry and toddlers and toddler laundry, and all of a sudden I had mountains of laundry, and I'm like, oh, I hate laundry. I have mountains of laundry. Well, my mountains then were nothing compared to what my mountains were later on, but that feeling was the same. That whenever it doesn't matter the scale, it's personal. Life is personal. It's unique to your situation, which was my whole point with the whole make your own home management book that fits your life. Because my life is not like Yvonne's, it's not like Jessica's, it's not like Rachel's. My life is different. We're all different from each other. We all have different situations. I really think everyone needs to make their home management book personal. How they do their days. There are big picture ideas that, yeah, we all live in houses. We all have floors and laundry and food and dirt and clutter and people that affect us and how we do things. That's very, very true. But there's also the uniqueness that is personal about each of our lives. That's why I think you should make your own home management book. Okay, so that was a lot of talking about Appendix B. If you don't have the book, you can get it on Amazon. Appendix B is about moving beyond survival mode, and there are these steps that I talked about here. Prepare supper and wash the dishes. That's step 1. Step 2, find your clothes. Step 3, morning routine. Step 4, evening routine. Step 5, yes, Mom. That's about helping your children to learn to give you respect and obedience, and making it fun and pleasant, and not squelching them, but showering them with love. Step 6, afternoon chore time. Step 7, an easy menu plan. Easy. Focus was on easy. Step 8, self, taking care of your own well-being. Step 9, laundry. Step 10, take control of the clutter. Step 11, 10 minutes. That was about 10 minutes rest, 10 minutes work. Step 12, your home management book. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, send me a message. If you want to be part of the masterclass that I am starting the second week of May, send me your email. I will be in touch with you about the plan. Real general. It is going to follow the workbook, which is being formatted right now for publishing. It's a 13-week study. It's workbook style, so there's things where you're going to fill out, and then this is the thing about doing it as a group in a class, the accountability factor of checking in with each other and meeting as a group. It's going to be unteachable, and I might incorporate Zoom or something similar to Zoom, where we all meet and talk to each other once a week, and for the whole accountability part. If you want to be part of that, send me an email. We're going to start it in May and wrap it up in August. And that is all for today. Probably won't do a video tomorrow, so 4 o'clock on Monday, Central Time. Oh, and I wanted to say, yesterday I talked about the first appendix, and because of Instagram, I had to cut the video into 2 pieces. So there's a part 1 and part 2 on IGTV. If you watch it on the story, you got the whole thing, but the story only lasts 24 hours. If you watched it on Facebook, you saw the whole thing. If you want to rewatch it on IGTV, that is in 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. This one I think is really long, so same story. On IGTV, it'll probably be in 2 videos. Thanks for joining me.